Hey, everybody, Off the Mic Sports Network here. Another edition of Off the Top Rope. So I need to give some credit here. In a loaded women's division, I think somebody has gotten lost in the shuffle a little bit, and some of her fans, have gotten kind of a little bit obnoxious in terms of, oh, she hasn't gotten her due, and one of her chief rivals kind of overshadowed her, and she was kind of unceremoniously tossed to the side. But something happened on Monday night that was really interesting to me and really kind of wrapped up in a bubble over the last year or two. Really, the coming of age of really one of the cornerstones of this women's division. And I think we need to give her flowers, and that is Liv Morgan, because um, she continuously just amazes with her improvement in the ring. She's done a really good job as a heel, and her promos have gotten better. And so she has a big long time match, with the four-way that was won by Roxanne Perez. She's got the storyline going on with the Judgment Day and her on-camera boyfriend Dominic Mysterio. And then Nikki Bella comes out to the ring for a promo, and Liv Morgan confronts her, and Liv comes out there and gives Nikki a piece of her mind. Yeah, there was some of it was low-hanging fruit that she's got a man and Nikki doesn't, which, let's we may I don't know how far they're going to go down that rabbit hole, because if they go way far down that rabbit hole, that's if you could look that up and understand how that could be problematic. But to put Liv Morgan into a program going in Evolution with Nikki Bella, no matter where this goes, I think that there's a possibility that Brie Bella could be involved, and it could be Brie and Nikki versus Liv and Raquel ultimately for the tag team titles if they want to go that route. But putting Liv in the ring with Nikki Bella, when you could literally put in this loaded women's division, and the way that they're presenting Nikki Bella is that she is one of the goddesses of this division and one of the highest standards. Like, you had Io Sky basically, and some people had a huge problem with Io Sky saying you paved the way. It's like, yes, Io is a much better wrestler than Nikki. I understand that. But without the platform that Nikki was able to present, Io Sky is probably thought of in a completely different light, and this women's division wouldn't be as focused on wrestling, and Io wouldn't be presented in the way that she is right now. That's the point that they were trying to hammer home. I understand why people got irritated by that. But Liv has been in this really interesting spot really ever since the Rhea Ripley feud kind of was, in the midst of it. People got tired of it. And then once it ended, everybody was like, okay, Liv got kind of screwed over. What are they doing? And this was really where reality set into me, where I was like, man, they really love this girl. They really understand, because everybody was wondering, man, what the fuck are they doing with Liv Morgan? She deserves way better. Guys, she had like 3-4 segments on this show, and she was in the ring with a Hall of Famer, one of the cornerstones of this division over the last 10 to 15 years, in Nikki Bella, and she's probably going to get a match with her, whether it's a singles match or a tag match. And it got really personal, it got really deep, and it got really serious. And we saw a side of Liv Morgan, aside from all of this goofy sexualization and all this stuff with Dom that they did leading into the stuff with Rhea. This was serious Liv Morgan, and she was taking it personally, and she went after Nikki, and it was impressive, man. It stood out to me. And then, like I said, just the platform that she's gotten over these last handful of months since losing the Women's World Championship, like, this is the best that Liv Morgan has ever looked. And I understand most people who are her fans are like, man, we got to appreciate Liv more. And I was always an advocate, even when she had her first women's championship run after cashing Money in the Bank, they kind of did her dirty there. And even some of this run that she had after, obviously, winning the championship because of Dom, and then aligning with Dom and stealing the Judgment Day and the whole stuff with Rhea, she was never really presented. She had a bigger platform, but she was never really presented at the level that she is now. And her matches have gotten better. Her promos have gotten better. I didn't think her as a heel was going to work. It has. And the one thing that just ties this all together is, hey, this is a legacy moment for her coming up at Evolution, whatever it is. And it very well could be a one-on-one match, which, to honestly tell you, that would be kind of good. And And no matter what you guys think of Nikki Bella, what kind of match she's going to be able to give us at this stage of her career, the point is she's getting a platform. For God's sake, Nikki hammered this home. The first Evolution 7 years ago, she was main eventing against Ronda Rousey. Okay, like I mean, hey, that's something that they have in common. And and who knows? Maybe Liv could hammer this home in the promo, saying, "Hey, I did something you couldn't do, Nikki. I beat Ronda Rousey twice, twice." So, it's just listen, I can't say enough good things about Liv. Like I felt like a little bit for a while there she was maybe going to lose her way. But the tag team division is kind of they need to build some more tag teams. But at a certain point, like you got to put a singles championship on her. And whatever this comes of this whole Judgment Day turmoil, I think they need to end this Judgment Day thing. I think it would benefit everybody to just end it and just move off of it and have a lot of these people just be aligned in their own way. You could still have Liv and Dom be together, but the Judgment Day stuff I think has kind of just left a stain on a lot of people. And like obviously Damien and Maria got out of there. Now Carlito's gone, obviously. So it's just the big thing here, man, is like this is a huge opportunity for Liv Morgan to do something really significant for her legacy in this women's division, because they were going to choose somebody. And the fact that, like, I was thinking to myself when they announced Nikki Bella for this show on Raw on Monday, I was like, oh, who's going to come out and confront her? And when Liv's music hit and she just started coming out and just cutting a promo and just really just like a lot of heat, a lot of passion in it, I was like, man, I didn't see that coming, but damn, this is good. So, um, I'm willing to see this out. And it just got me thinking of, man, Liv's done a lot of really good work in the last year. If you take out some of the nonsense that was going on, and I think some of this, Rhea and Liv stuff kind of maybe wore out its welcome a little bit, but clearly we think of Liv Morgan way differently than we did, a couple years ago, or even as far back as the first Evolution when she was in the Riot Squad. I mean, funny fact, she's the only existing member of the Riot Squad still in WWE. Sarah Logan, known as Valhalla, is not there. Ruby Riot, Ruby Soho is still not back on AEW television. I think she was pregnant and was having a kid last I checked. So, yeah, man, this is going to be a really interesting thing to watch going into Evolution. It's one of the undercard matches really on this show. I mean, we'll see if Trish Stratus factors into plans. We'll see how some of the other things factor into. There's going to be an NXT Women's Championship match at this show. They're doing a 4 singles matches on NXT next week, and then a 4-way match the week after that, ultimately leading to who faces JC Jane for that championship. It's not going to be the former Mariah May, Blake Monroe now. So it's not going to be her, but it'll be interesting to see where that goes. But, one of the matches that I'm going to be really intrigued by is what they do with Liv Morgan. It could be a tag, it could be a singles, whatever it is. They are giving a huge opportunity to Liv, and that's a testament to her and the hard work that she has done for this women's division. I'm glad she's getting the recognition for it. All right. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.